There are 10 operation cases in CS2, so let's talk about them from worst to best. These weren't easy to rank because you're always going to leave something out, but let's get into it. In last place is the wildfire case. It was released in February of 2016, and let's start with the elephant in the room here. You can only get Bowie knives out of this case, which I'm not a huge fan of. I used to like them a lot, but I bought one and had one for a while, and now I'm not super high on it. It's just not for me. I do like the new update though, so you can see the second hand at least. As for the skins in the case, I mean, they're alright. Of course, the AK fuel injector is amazing. It looks even better in CS2 now, but it's also quite pricey at $180 for a field tested. The M4A4 Battlestar looks alright, but it should have been a pink skin, just saying. Okay, I'm actually going to try to pronounce this. The Deagle Kamicho Dragon actually looks great also. But that's about it for this case. There's really nothing else of note. There is the Op Elite build, but I really don't like this skin. I want to move on. I feel like these last two cases could be swapped pretty easily, but I like this one just a little bit more. Number 9 is the Falchion case. It was introduced in May of 2015 along with Operation Bloodhound. Okay, let's just get it out of the way. The knives in this case aren't good either. You can only get Falchion knives. Not that I don't like the Falchion knife though, because I think it's an amazing budget knife, but not really what you want to get when you unbox a gold. But the reason I prefer this case over the Wildfire are the skins. The Op Hyper Beast is fantastic, but it also has a skin standing alongside it. The AK Aquamarine Revenge, at one point this was my favorite AK skin in the game, so I might be a little bit biased. Don't judge me, by the way, I was like 15. But there's also the FAMAS Neural Net, and I'm sure you know how I feel about that skin if you've seen any of my other videos. I love it. The M4A4 Evil Daimyo is a great budget M4 that slaps. And the Torque is a great looking budget USP skin. But let's not forget about the Galil Rocket Pop, possibly the best blue skin in the game. No idea who decided this should be a blue skin, but good on them. And last but not least, the SG Cyrex is cool, but definitely nothing special. This case definitely edges out the Wildfire for me, it's just overall more solid. If you're still watching, a like and subscribe would go a long way. Thank you. Okay, at number 8, I have chosen the Vanguard collection. This case has some really good knives, including Karambits and M9s, but the skins themselves really leave something to be desired. The P2000 Fire Elemental is whatever, I'm not a huge fan. Like, it's not even super special. I don't even know why they made it a red at all. I think the Glock Water Elemental does this way better, and it's only a pink. Anyways, I do like the AK Wasteland Rebel though. Not the best AK skin by any means, but it has its own style, and I like it for that. I don't really think the pinks are worth talking about in this collection, but the M4A1 Basilisk is a pretty nice M4 skin. Not super interesting, but it is a good budget option. This collection also has the M4A4 Griffin, which as you might know, I'm a fan of. A lot of people also like the Glock Grinder a lot, but I've never liked it a whole lot. The last skin I wanted to talk about from this collection is the 5.7 Urban Hazard, another great budget option if you ask me. At number 7, I think I have to put the Operation Shattered Web case. The Shattered Web knives are alright, but definitely not my favorite. The skeleton knife is pretty cool, and so is the Nomad, but I've never liked the Paracord or Survival knife. Mid-tier knives if you ask me, not super bad, but no gut knives or Navahas either. As for the Containment Breach, that's a very chilly skin right there. I used to like it a whole lot more than I do now, to be honest. I've kind of fallen out of love with it over time. It's still a great skin, just not one of my favorites like it used to be. The MAC-10 Stalker is the MAC-10 Stalker, we're not going to talk about it. I like the Colony 4 a lot though, a very unique SG skin. The Tech-9 Decimator is fantastic as well. The AUG Arctic Wolf is a great purple skin. Very mid case if you ask me though. Definitely not the worst, but nothing amazing here either. I think number 6 is going to be a little controversial, but it's the Operation Breakout case, introduced in July of 2014. Okay, before you yell at me, just hear me out. What else does this case have apart from a guaranteed butterfly if you get a gold? Nothing. The answer is nothing, so this is going to be a short entry. The M4A1 Cyrex is a super underwhelming red. I'm not saying it's bad, but reds usually have a little bit more oomph, you know? And the other red is... I mean, at least it's an Asimov, I guess? Should have been a pink. We talked about it earlier, but the Water Elemental is a great budget option, and so is the Deagle Conspiracy. But there's basically nothing else worth mentioning. The knives are hard carrying this case, it's crazy. This is where it starts to get really difficult to rank the cases. A lot of these could probably be interchanged, but coming in at midway point number 5 is going to be Operation Broken Fang case. It was introduced in December of 2020 along with the operation of the same name. Let's start with the gloves of this case. There are some bangers here like the slingshot and snow leopards, as well as some budget options I love like the queen jaguars. It also has the sport glove nocts, which are super clean. The skins are pretty good as well, the obvious one being the M4A1 print stream. I think that this skin is where the print stream is at its best, but it's also by far the most expensive at about $150 on Skinport for a field tested. Probably a lot of that is just due to this case being discontinued though. The Glock Neo Noir is a whole lot less exciting than the print stream, but it's still pretty good. The M4A4 Cybersecurity though is an amazing pink skin. I love the colors of this skin, it's so nice, and the factory new is super clean. The Monster Mashup is also a super solid USPS skin, but let's not talk about the Fairy Tale. As solid as the top skins are, it falls off pretty fast though. The only other skin I wanted to specifically mention is the Exoskeleton. It's a pretty nice op skin. I've never personally been a huge fan of it, but I know a lot of people like it. Coming in at number 4 is going to be the Operation Riptide case. Released in 2021 along with Operation Riptide, this case pretty easily edges out Broken Fang for me. The Ocean Drive is pretty cool. It's not super special, but I do like it. But the Elite Muzio is an artsy AK skin that I like a lot, but I know most people don't care for it. The Glock Snack Attack looks pretty good. It's got a translucent effect to it that really does look great in game. The Turbo Peak is also worth a mention. It's pretty cool because of how fast the running speed is while scoped in with this weapon. The M4A4 Spider Lily is an amazing budget M4 skin. It's only about $3.50 for a field tested, so well worth a pickup. Last skin I wanted to mention is the USPS Black Lotus. It's a super cool, ultra budget skin that's only about 30 cents for a field tested. So the skins of these two cases are pretty equal, but where this skin makes up a whole lot more ground are the knives. They were hype when this case dropped. I mean, butterfly gamma Dopplers and lures. It was a pretty cool time to be part of the community, even if I didn't have enough money to buy any of the new stuff. Also, when it first came out, the Huntsman Black Laminate was basically just a void. It got fixed in CS2, but it was pretty cool while it lasted. Operation Riptide is a solid case all around. I said this before, but you can make a case for any of these top 3 cases being number 1. They are all incredible cases. Coming in at bronze number 3 is going to be the Operation Bravo case. AK Fire Serpent, AK Fire Serpent, AK Fire Serpent. Yeah, the AK Fire Serpent is pretty cool. I'm not really part of the AK Fire Serpent ugly crowd, I quite like it. The main reason being it was one of the first and it's super rare. Yeah, but I feel like those can be valid reasons to like a skin. What can I say? It's iconic and I think the cultural impact alone is worthy of recognition. Apart from the Fire Serpent, this case also has a couple other great skins. I think that the Golden Koi has been overhated for too long. Not the best Deagle Covert by any means, but it is not as bad as people say it is. The Op Graphite is a super minimalist skin that still looks great, and the Ocean Foam exists, it's just trade-up food at this point. Okay, I'm just gonna say we need more skins like the Emerald Dragon. I love this. It just sucks that it's on a gun I never use. It's still a great skin though. I love it. The M4A4 Zerka is a little boring but still worth a mention. Put OG knives with these legendary skins and that's a great case right there. Okay, my second favorite operation case is the Operation Phoenix case, introduced in February of 2014. This case is legendary. We got the Op Asimov, an iconic skin. There's Asimov merch and there's even an Asimov dumpster. There's definitely not a second red skin in this case though. If there is, we don't talk about it. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, the AK-47 Redline. Another absurdly iconic skin that has stood the test of time and remains incredibly popular even to this day. The P90 Trigon is also one of my favorite P90 skins in the game. Not to mention the Mac-10 Heat. I know Onipixel loves this skin, specifically one of them with a lot of expensive stickers on it. This case also has the USPS Guardian and the SG Pulse, a great budget SG skin. Something that's really interesting about this case is there's only 4 blue skins, which means there's an equal amount of blue and purple skins here. The Phoenix case also has the OG knives in it, and that's a good thing. OG knives are good. M9 Fade, Karambit Case Hardened, M9 Crimson Web. There's some banger knives in here. This case is everything that Vanguard wishes it was. Minus the knives, of course, because they've got the same knives. And you've probably guessed what number 1 is, seeing that there's only 1 case left. These top 3 cases are so close, but Operation Hydra is insanely good. Let's start with the Onitaji, one of my favorite op skins in the entire game. It has made an appearance in already 2 of my videos, and here's a third. An unbelievable skin that commands attention. Dare I say, one of the best red skins to come out of a case, period. The 5.7 Hyper Beast is alright as a second red. I do like it, but generally pistol skins will be less desirable than an AWP or AK. The M4A4 Hellfire is an excellent pink skin. I actually didn't like this skin at first. I thought it looked dumb. I don't know what I was thinking. This thing slaps. The Sugar Rush also deserves a spot. I have to show it. The 4X Sugar Rush LDLC Hollow. This video's not about Cattle 14s, but this is a perfect craft. I didn't want to leave it out. The Orbit Mark 1 gives me Elite build vibes, which is a good thing. I love the Elite build, just not on the op. The USPS Blueprint is pretty nice also, and I featured the Mac 10 Aloha in my last video, but it's still a super underrated skin if you ask me. And let's talk about the gloves. This is easily the best collection of gloves in the game. First up, we got the Pandora's boxes, which are obviously amazing. I would kill for a pair of Pandora's boxes with an M9 Doppler Phase 2 or 4. There's also the superconductors, which are also amazing, but don't have the same wow factor in my opinion. We can't forget the hedge mazes either, and those are only 3 of the sport gloves. Crimson kimonos are insane with max red. This is pattern 458 by the way, oh my god. Driver gloves Spearmen are also top tier gloves. The emerald webs are also great, I love them. I might be the only one with this opinion, but Driver Gloves Crimson Weeb also look fantastic. Something about them just does it for me. The shade of red is very pleasing. But yeah, my number 1 operation case is the Operation Hydra case, and that's all the operation cases ranked from worst to best. Well, looks like you made it to the case opening. I'm gonna try to make these outros shorter, so mic still sucks, need new one, blank wasted on cases, that's enough to buy this, whatever this is, I don't even know.